And just like that, $100,000 Bitcoin gone. Guys, we had a massive dump in the evening yesterday. Pulled down to some areas that we talked about yesterday. We're going to be looking at that chart. You can see right now kind of a mixed market here on the daily this morning. We did get some jobs data that came in, unemployment came in, non-farm payrolls and all that stuff. Well, of course, we're going to break that down because that's why you guys tune in here to the morning market report. But guys, we got a lot to go over today. We're going to talk about some options calls that are coming in on Bitcoin and Ethereum today, where that max pain level is going to be at. So stay tuned for that. Somebody's going to get hurt. Some Philly's going to get hurt if those prices are hit. We're going to take a look at what those levels are and a whole lot more right here today on Friday on the Piper Academy Network. Guys, this is the morning market report. Let's get it. Classes in session. Hello to everyone joining us. I am Army Piper. I am the host here on the Morning Market Report. We bring this show to you every morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, bringing you guys headlines, economic data, macro analysis, technical analysis, everything you need to have knowledge, because knowledge is profit. But I don't do the show by myself. I got a great co-host, and he's here almost every single day. Let's go ahead and bring him up. It is the man, the myth, the legend. It's the OC Guy. What's up, bro? How you doing today, bro?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic today. I just scrolling into things we were talking about. Finally, we have a pretty bad dump yesterday. Oh man, those bears really got mad or excited. I don't know. I mean, it was a pretty sweet, to say the least, week. And let me guys remind you that we told you so, right? Take a look at a couple of positions on levels that you may think that we might not hit, because at some point, especially somewhere around Binance US or something with low liquidity on Bitcoin, we might have some big weeks and you may do a lot of cash. Well, not cash, but Bitcoin, right? Which is better than cash. Other than that, doing fantastic. Great coffee, great breakfast, great morning, great Friday. Very
Friday, that's right. Shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Alexandra G, the mod queen, in the house with us right now. Let me go scroll back up here. Let me go scrolling. Just keep scrolling. BC Port Corp in here saying, happy Friday, alumni guys. If you didn't check out this morning, BC Port Corp's Good Morning Crypto Show, you guys need to go back and check it out. He had some interesting headlines in there today that I actually took a big interest in. Made me look harder for some good news today, let me tell you. So shout out to him. We got Crypto Candy in here with us. Prakoshi No Dinero, Ahsoka Tano. I know the character, just can't ever say the name right, man. Ahsoka, good morning to you. Kyle Fields in here. Yo, what's up, Kyle? How you doing, man? Ninja Glock with us in here. We got Crypto Trades. Don't be a player hater. Smash the like. That's right. Smash it. Smash the like. We got who else we got here? Username in here. Always throwing out stuff. He said, "Do we have the return of a bear piper?" No, not really. I'm still bullish. I still think that we in close to $120,000 Bitcoin by the end of the month, maybe. Just saying. It's quarter one. Quarter one, you get full on Piper Bear. My Patronus, by the way, if you don't know, took the test. My Patronus is a bear. So Harp is in here with us. I think I already said that name, but it don't matter. Buck is in here. Guys, if I missed your name, Melissa S, welcome. Randy's in here. Got to give some love out to Randy, the hipper gang over there, sending over her representatives. I love it. This is great, guys. Let's go ahead and get this in here today and talk about some of this news because we had a little pullback on Bitcoin. I'm going to jump into that chart first, but I want to pull something up here on this other screen that I have going here before I get into that. There we go. Perfect. All right. Now I can talk about this in a little while because it's got a pretty big number on it. It's almost $1 billion in liquidations that took place yesterday. It's pretty gnarly. So definitely going to be taking a look at that heat map. Nope, we need that over here. Cool. I think I got everything where I needed at. I like it. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and jump over into this Bitcoin chart real fast. We'll talk about this daily candle, this crazy looking daily candle and where we're getting rejected at right now. Then we'll come back and knock out the news, guys. Look at this daily candle yesterday on Bitcoin, guys. This is the biggest doji candle I have seen in quite a while. This one right here. That is the Dark Sith. That's the Dark Sith right there. They call that one. Also, a doji because you got your small body in the middle, big wick, big wick energy on this candle right here, guys, both ways. And it was this was our $104,000 top, and we came all the way down to about $92,000 here. But there were some key levels that we talked about on this yesterday, guys. It was this anchored VWAP that I told you about, which also had a dynamic reactor right there from Chart Prime's dynamic reactor from the market oracle. The bottom frame here coming in right now, that is off of the quantum bands from Chart Prime. So there was a lot of support right here, but we broke the 3D trend cleanly, came right crashing down through the top band here. That was our little support level that we were watching off of the anchored VWAP. Guys, right now, though, our rejection is coming in off of the value area high. You can see that coming in right there, value area high on a fixed range volume profile. And then on top of that, we have a negative. This is a lot of selling volume here, which is from this candle right there. This is a fair value gap coming in off of the Chart Prime Market Dynamics Pro auto printed on there. There's the negative volume in it. And so we're hitting on the bottom of that and the value area low right now. At the same time, point of control coming in right now, 98,688. So we'll take a look at all of this in a little more detail. I just wanted to tell you guys that we are getting a little rejection, and why we're getting rejection. It's coming in off of a fair value gap and off of a value area high. We'll break all that down for you here shortly. Let's go ahead and jump over, though, right now into the news, and let's talk about the news. OC, we'll be right back with you. All right, news, guys. All the news that's fit to be news. We're going to talk about these levels here, and let's go ahead and jump right into first the fear and greed index. We are down at 72. We're out of extreme greed. We're sitting at 72 in greed right now. That is hey, we'll take it. It's extreme greed. It's proven once again, when you're in extreme greed, take your profits. There's nothing wrong with that. No one's ever gone broke taking profits. So yeah, we have two birthdays. Let's jump over here. I totally forgot about this, and I can't leave these guys hanging. Crypto Trades, one of our trade mentors in the Chart Prime, in the Piper Academy Discord. He's one of our trade mentors over there. Today is his birthday. And today is also Lunar Beach's birthday, the host of the Markets After Dark. So Lunar Beaches and Crypto Trades, happy birthday to both of you guys. Much love to you. Hey, I tell you what, LBC, I know it's Friday, so it's your birthday. You can have tonight off. It's just a joke. He doesn't actually have a show tonight, guys. He doesn't work Fridays anyways. But so there you go. Friday off. Take the day off with pay. Happy birthday to both of you guys. You guys are awesome, and you guys make this community what it is. So let's jump back in, though. Getting that out of the way, let's talk about the rest of the stuff here. I want to show you some things on X marks the spot today. We had this economic data. Well, no, we'll come back for that. Economic data we're coming back to. Hold that in your thoughts. Guys, looking at the market cap here. Market cap is at $3.7 trillion. You can see that the trade volume is down in the last 24 hours, $412 trillion there, or billion, excuse me, not trillion, $billion. It's 17% to the downside on that trade volume. So looking here at the crypto bubbles today, DYDX, big runner up here, 23.1%. Fetch AI making a little return, up 7.1%. I'll tell you why that happened. It has to do with the cryptos are, and you're wondering, why is this just that one? We'll talk about that in a second. Athena is up 9.6%. Jasmy up 6.9%. It is continuing to show strength every day. Crazy enough. Let's jump down here and look at these prices. Bitcoin is at $98,891, just under $99,000 after a 4.3 percent pullback on the daily there, making a little rebound on the hourly. Most of the cryptos are, some of them missing that mark though. Cardano down 3.7%, Doge down 5.3%. Solana and XRP, guys, honestly, and BNB, they held pretty well yesterday on that dump. Some of the alts were very resilient. BC Port Corp Super Chat, $5 from BC Port Corp. Here's a $5 bump to Lunar Beach's pay next month. There you go. Appreciate that, man. I'll make sure that he gets that. So, looking at Tron down 4.2% today. Avalanche at 3.4% to the downside. Toncoin 3.8. So some of these really, when you think about Bitcoin being down 4.4%, some of these alts held really well. SWE down 5.9%. It actually did do more of a downside move and lost a position there, giving up that number 17 spot to Bitcoin Cash. And then Uniswap, DeFi, guys, up 6.1% on the daily. We talked about this. I think that we're going to see some DeFi moves coming, and that's what we're starting to see. Uniswap moving up 2 positions to number 21 after a 6.1% move to the upside. Near Protocol sliding down away from that number 20 spot down to number 22. Let's jump over here and take a look at these liquidations. This was what I was pulling up for you guys earlier while I was talking. In the past 24 hours, 173,884 traders got liquidated. Total liquidations came in at $912.7 million, guys. The largest single liquidation order happened on OKX. It is 18.9 million. No big deal. Put a few million between friends. $18.9 million on a single liquidation on Bitcoin. So let's go take a look at what we're seeing here. Let's give this a refresh just to make sure we're getting the right data. So yeah, guys, S&P, the Dow Jones, and the NASDAQ, they were all in the red this morning. At the start of the morning, they were all in the red. On the economic data that came out, we did get a nice little pump there. Oh, Amy Lives Crypto's in the house. Much love, Amy Lives Crypto, joining us here today. Haven't seen you in a hot minute. Good to see you here. Dow Jones and the S&P and the NASDAQ all getting green moves at the market open on that economic data this morning. NASDAQ up 0.4%. The S&P up about 0.25%. And then the Dow Jones up just under 0.2%. Looking at the economic data here, guys, non-farm payrolls came in this morning, 6:30 a.m. my time, 8:30 a.m. on the East Coast. An hour before we went live, we got non-farm payrolls. This was at 12,000 yesterday. It got a revision upwards, an upward revision on non-farm payrolls, guys. So go figure. It's we typically see those downside. They keep doing these upside. Coffee moment, coffee break. Guys, make sure you're drinking your coffee and hydrate. Always hydrate. Non-farm payrolls, though, up 36 to 36,000 in previous jobs. We were looking at a consensus and a forecast of 200,000 new jobs being added to non-farm payrolls. Forecast was about 194,000. We actually came in 227,000. This is a good number. This is bullish, right? This shows strength in jobs, job market right now. Then we get the unemployment rate. Comes in on the high end. We were at 4.1, came in at 4.2. So unemployment rate now 4.2. That shows an uptick in the amount of unemployment. Non-farm payroll showing new jobs coming in, right? So mixed data, one bullish, one bearish. Average hourly earnings came into the high side. That was bullish data. Average hourly earnings year over year came in neutral, but above the consensus. That's semi-bullish, okay? And then the participation rate came in below, because they were looking at 62.7 to 62.6% of the total population coming in participation of jobs. This is how many people are actively working in the United States and looking for work, participating in the labor market, we'll say. Shout out to Jesse, dropping a $5.99. I'm not sure what your currency is, but there we go. We got a super chat. He said, my weekly VWAP play on ADA for dear life. Okay. Well, I hope that that's well, also, but what's that?
BC Pod Corp also share a $5 super chat.
Yeah, I've already shouted that one out, man.
Oh, sorry.
OC, what are you doing? Let's go finish the news. Shout out to Jesse. We appreciate you, bro. So guys, looking at the data here overall, we had a mixed bag of data. Let's jump back over here and we'll talk about this. This is from the Kabisi letter. Breaking, the U.S. economy added 227,000 jobs above the 202,000 expectation. Unemployment rate jumped to 4.2% in line with the expectation. So for the first time since July, unemployment is back on the rise. The labor market continues to show mixed signs. But here's a breakdown, guys. The unemployment rate, they talk about here that it's mostly for Black or African American, Hispanic, or Latino and women. Overall, though, guys, unemployment right now for adult men 20 years and over was 3.7. Adult women 20 years and over 3.1. Teenagers. Can we just talk about the teenagers, the ones that are supposed to be learning their job skills and starting to build work ethic, right? 11.4%. It did slide down a little bit. It came down from 14.3, but yes, adult women, teenagers 16 to 19, the biggest. White people 3.3, Black or African American 5.8, Asian 3.5, Hispanic or Latino ethnicity 4.6. Total 25 years and over is at 3.1. And then that's broken down from if you don't have a high school diploma, 6.3%. So you're a majority of those unemployment numbers. That's a little breakdown there that I wanted to go over. Is there anything else in here? Yes, we're going to talk about this. Can we talk about this for a second, guys? Donald J. Trump announced yesterday that David O. Sachs, if you guys don't know who that is, if it sounds familiar and you can't figure it out, he is the host of the podcast All In Podcast. He is going to be the AI, hence why Fetch pumped AI token play, and crypto czar. David will guide policy for the administration in artificial intelligence and cryptocurrencies, two areas critical to the future of American competitiveness. David will focus on making America the clear global leader in both areas, and he will safeguard free speech online and steer us away from big tech bias and censorship. He will work on a legal framework so that the crypto industry has the clarity it has been asking for and can thrive on in the U.S. David will also lead the Presidential Council of Advisors for Science and Technology. Great post here from Dan. This is the Crypto Capital. I never get his name right, but he's great dude. Really good content. He actually went and hunted down some posts from David Sachs here of why this guy is the perfect person. The real flippening, Bitcoin will soon beat PayPal's market cap. This is a post from him back in 2017. And then there's another one here. If I can get to it, let's go. Let's just go back. Let's do that. There we go. He had another post here too from him that says, what did he say? Come on, man. Jeez Louise. There we go. As Shamath explains, Bitcoin has the potential to be the next internet, the internet of money I'm buying. This is in 2013. This guy is going to be the new crypto czar for President Trump. So, and AI. So interesting move there, giving a little bit of hopium to the marketplace. Let's go ahead and jump and take a look at what that out for that economic data. How are we faring right now for a rate cut coming in December 18th? I should say. Guys, it's now at an 87.3% likelihood that we get a 25 basis point rate cut in December. This is going to be on December 18th, the day after my birthday. I turned 52 on December 17th. So lots of December birthdays here in the gang. So come on, man. Slam Banjo said, I agree, man. Jesus, come on. This is what happens when you put a boomer on an Apple computer, guys. Let's go. So 87.3% chance there, guys. We're going to be taking a look at this liquidation heat map in a bit. There's the crypto czar. He's a Solana bull and multi-coin capital investor. So there you go. That's the guy we're talking about. That is enough of the news. Shout out to Alex O. Crypto just came in here to the house, kicked in the door, brought the entire. I just got swarmed by otters. I got an otter raid going on. So shout out to all the otter gang. Let's go. Appreciate you all being here. So yeah, let's talk about the all-in podcast host that is going to be the AI and crypto czar. I think his knowledge of how the technology works, how it can be a money builder, a technology builder, a foundation for innovation, if you will. I think he's going to be a very good person to be there advising on regulation or giving the thumbs up, thumbs down when things are, pitched across the board by people like, I don't know, Elizabeth Warren. And also we do have the SEC probably going to have a pro crypto person too. Are we just just now starting to see, in your opinion, OC, are we just now starting to see the massive adoption and just embracement of what fintech is in crypto in the United States? And are we just beginning on where crypto can go price wise? Your thoughts based on what we're seeing with these appointments and stuff.
Absolutely. So I think that this is like any other novelty, right? At least at this stage, I don't want to jump in, hands up in the air, like calling something that I believe that we might not be still there yet. Just like ETF, right? ETF has a great potential. Everybody started using it just because, right? And then it kind of like it died easily because many people lose money. I don't think this is the same exact thing at all. But I think this is still too new to start calling for mass adoption at this point. But that we're seeing a big influx, absolutely. Do I hope that this doesn't go out of hand? Absolutely, because that is going to bring a snowball effect where more people and more people is going to start using it, and then we might be seeing that influx of mass adoption. When we see that mass adoption, I think it's going to be mind blowing. We're gonna see it. There's not gonna be nothing that we've seen before. When we start seeing crypto through any proxy utility being used, like for real, I think we're gonna see it and we're gonna have that breakout on society. But other than, and I think that requires a whole nation to jump in, in the top 10 most powerful economies. That being said, for example, El Salvador is going into a great example, but sadly enough, it's not either big enough, neither its economy is strong enough to make a worldwide impact. But is it helping? I would say absolutely, absolutely. Man, he is
And I
floating
also
games right
think,
now.
yeah, I also think that you have, like, when the United States makes moves in any sector, or they establish a baseline of operation normalcy, right? You also have a lot of other countries that end up following that framework. We did that for a lot of years with Canada. Shout out to Alex O Crypto. We did that for a lot of years with Canada, where Canada would establish like some regulation and set up, and then we would wait and see how that played out, and then we would go grab that and base ours off of what they had already done and how they approached it, right? Now, we have a lot of countries that do that with us here on the United States regulation and our framework and policy setup that they a lot of other countries follow. So it'll be interesting to see how, if we embrace and move forward, how other countries approach their adoption and embracement of what really is fintech. It's financial technology, guys. So at the end of the day, get past all the memery. Shout out to Randy Hipper on that with that word memery, and you get past all of the degenerates. Buck, I'm talking to you. Then you get into what really these projects are for. Not like Haktua that had a 90% dump. Did you see all the drama that took place with Haktua token, dude?
Oh
Um,
man, oh man.
no. So who was the guy that was on there? Oh God, one of the big X people in crypto space, but he was getting on Doc Holliday, who's a big, promoter and dev guy in the space. And they were on an X space talking about this, and he destroyed, they were like, no, it wasn't really a rug pull, blah, blah, blah. He's like, yes, it was. I can see the address right here. This is the address, $50 million. Like, where did that go to? And he's like, no, it wasn't that. It was, just the market at the moment that it was launched. He goes, no, you didn't even launch your tokenomics release, like your report of your tokenomics structure, until you launched the token, because you knew everyone would go, this is getting ready to be a rug pull. Like, he goes, it was textbook. And so, yeah, very, very sad story about what happened with Haley Welch there, because I'm pretty sure that she doesn't know anything past the word Bitcoin, really. So someone told her, we can do this, we'll set it up, we'll make you a lot of money. And now because she wasn't even talking on that crypto space, on the X space about it. She was totally silent. She was muted the whole time. She was just there listening. And it was pretty bad. So I kind of feel bad for her, but this is why you do your homework. She could have She could have done it as easy as contacted Piper Academy, and I would have said, here's Retro Mike Tech, here's Crux of Crypto. They will advise you. And then, so they would, she would have done better off with at least somebody around her that had some good intentions, explaining to her what this stuff meant, so that she didn't just be the face of rug pull. She's a poster child of a rug pull now, and it's going to ruin her reputation. So I didn't know if you saw that. It was pretty bad. OC, we got a little pump going on Bitcoin right now. It is back up to the value area high. So that area of rejection is doing decent right now. I already went through that little part on my end. We're going to take a look at Ethereum and XRP here in a little bit. I got some articles on those also, but let's go ahead and take a look at your chart, see what you're seeing on Bitcoin right now. And then let's talk about these options that are getting ready to expire on Bitcoin and ETH. Let's jump over to your chart though.
Absolutely. Hopefully you guys are along. We have been talking about it for 3 days. Very Piper.
I gotta move that. That scene sits right next to my mute button. I gotta move it.
I love it, man. I love it. So guys, hopefully you have been into a long already. I mean, we've been talking about this for 3 days in row. In fact, this is all my spaghetti. That's why I kind of like have my spaghetti there, so I can show you where I left out things, right? And here my little son is just throwing me his toys, my 4-legged son. All right, so just making that clear. That's why I throw that out of the window. So let's take a look at a little bit of what we've been talking about, and we'll have a little bit of OC inception here. All right, all the way down here on December 4th, we were talking about, hey guys, you know what? I'm going to be, because of the momentum that I'm expecting, because of this wave coming up here, and because of the potential that breakthrough through the zero line on the oscillator, I'm going to be jumping in right away, not waiting for the retest, all right? But that will be a half of a position. I still want to make the other half of a position. Where? You see my line. It's not about the breakout. It's about the retest, then adding it back to it, and then off we go. But not without first moving my stop to entry. Yesterday, we then, let me see if I can move it up. Perfect. Yesterday, I told you guys that I was looking, I already had my stop to entry. I already have taken 50% out, and I was looking to get another 50% out all the way up here. By the way, guys, when I talk about a 50% out, it is about what is left. All right. So first 50 is the whole 50. Next 50 is a 25% out of the whole thing, right? And out of the whole initial thing, right? So just so you catch up, because I might be taking 350% outs, right? And I might not be making so much sense for you. But now that you know, you know. All right. So this is what we were talking about yesterday. There we go, because we had those areas of value right there. And too much, too long. And then, well, what happened? Well, we come back down. That's why I took profits, right? Come back down here, take me out on this huge week. I did not jump in, although we had the dynamic reactor right there. Look at that beautiful dynamic reactor. Just holding it all strong here and above the zero line. That's a clear entry. I did wait it because I was not on my computer at this moment. I saw the wick. I saw that the next candle closed. And then since we were technically closing on my line right here and we're still above the zero line, look at my drawing. Yes, time-wise, it is just a little bit off because I was expecting a little bit more candle structure here. But there we go. I opened up my entry a couple of minutes after the previous candle closed. There we go. Boom shakalaka. Just so you know, right now or right after the class, oops, my light went out. I'm going to be moving my stop to entry. All right. And then I might be considering taking 50% out at this zone. Why? Because I still want to avoid a possible lower high in here, because there's also the chance, and you hear it up here first, folks, that we could be making at the end of the spear as a symmetrical triangle. All right. This is not usually something that I like to see, because in my experience, it doesn't shows a huge breakout that I want to have or that I would love to see by December to follow up with a $500,000 Bitcoin. Still remember, that is a catchy phrase. I still do my analysis day on day. So
I gotta
far,
pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
Exactly. There you go. So we still have, look at that flip of the ribbon at the area that I was expecting. Everything's playing up nicely. Do not get your Bitcoin. That's why right after the class, I'm going to be moving my stop to entry, taking 50% out. And other than that, the rest is going to be history. Turning it back to you, Piper.
Awesome. I want to show everyone here too, because you guys always hear OC talk about wait for the retest, not the breakout, right? So one of my strategies that I use here on, and let me go ahead and just turn everything else off here so I can show you guys just the 3D trend. By the way, if you guys don't know, the 3D trend, I messaged Alex Fernandez this morning, the CEO of Chart Prime, and said, guys, where is the 3D trend? The community's waiting on it. They want to be able to go, oh, look at these bounces in the 3D trend area, and they want to get in on these longs, okay? So he said next week, most likely, it will be released to all TA Plus members. So if you have Chart Prime Plus, you will have access to this. It will be in there next week sometime. So I keep pushing, I keep beating them up. But one of my strategies on this is that I wait for breakouts below the 3D trend, and I get into the entry. So like, for example, right here, we broke down, we had a small little one there, but look at this one back here. We broke it here. You could have got in and rode that. You could have got in on another rejection, rode that. This is my strategy with the 3D trend when I'm using this for confluence. We had a breakout yesterday on this massive candle that came down all the way to $92,000. I did not get into it because I was really waiting to see if we were going to do a retest on it. Guys, it pulled right back up in that same 4-hour candle. And look at that. There's a retest on my upper band of my volume weighted, the anchored VWAP there, the volume weighted average price. And there's a retest on it for the upside move. So on, by the way, also the cloud, the 3D trend cloud. So that is why we wait for retests. So shout out to OC and the OC retest, proving once again why retests are better than breakouts. So there you go. Let's go and take a look at Ethereum real fast, guys, because people are saying it's about to break 4,000. Let's go, ETH. Ethereum got all of this support. It did have a breakthrough yesterday below the 618, down almost to the 3D cloud. It gets front ran on the 3D trend here, cloud, quite a bit. Right there was a little bit of a front run also. There it touched it. Yesterday we came almost down to the top of it, now pulling back up into the golden pocket. We are running into 0.66. I talked about this yesterday when I was talking about Ethereum. I said the next level of resistance is $4,025. That's going to be the 0.66 of the golden pocket here. Let's go ahead and throw on some of the chart prime indicators. Let's prime these charts, baby. Let's go. Let these load in. We are seeing right now that on here that all of our support is all sitting below us right now. So nothing really coming in above us. Let's throw on a fixed range volume profile. We're going to have to go long range on this to get this. There we go. Let's go in, throw on a fixed range volume profile into this, and let's just see. Oh, there is one there already. Look at that. Yeah, guys, if we break the golden pocket, here, grab the liquidity and then pull back and retest, OC retest on the 0.66, we don't really have much volume back here to play on, right? So we're looking at the 786. To go for even further data, we're going to have to go to a weekly, and we're going to have to pull all of this data back here from 2021. So let's go grab this and pull this in and see what that's going to give us. Give it 1 second. It's running. It's running. There we go. Let's go take a look here, and let's just see. Now, guys, where we are right now is above this volume node right here. This is pretty much just a sloping ramp here for the price. We do have one sitting about $4,100. So there's one about 4,100, and then we have another one sitting at about 4,300, and then 4,550. That's really it. Those levels there, very small volume. You can see they're nowhere near as big on the spikes as what we saw down here in the 70% grouping of the volume. So we're past the big level, 37.91. From here, it's just a clean move on that fixed range volume profile. So yeah, Bitcoin or Ethereum looking pretty good right now. Let's go talk about these these articles though, because we do have some options calls. Let's bring OC up here with me and let's talk about these. So volatility ahead, $2.3 billion in Bitcoin options, $570 million in Ethereum options, all expiring soon. Let's go see what these levels are. A total of $2.3 billion worth of Bitcoin options are set to expire today, December 6th, while an additional $570 million worth of ETH option contracts are set to expire as well today, December 6th, also injecting uncertainty into the cryptocurrency market. With the combined notional value of $2.87 billion, trillion. I keep saying trillion. I'm waiting for Bitcoin to be $500,000. That's all it is. The expiry of these contracts representing 23,000 Bitcoin and 147,000 Ethereum could trigger increased volatility in the coming days. According to analysts from Greeks.live, the put-to-call ratio for Bitcoin options contracts sits at 1.11, suggesting a bias towards puts. That would be shorts, guys. You call up a friend, you put down the phone, right? So the bias towards puts is showing that there is more, everyone's leaning more towards the side of shorting than they are longing at these levels, which gives holders the right, but not the obligation to sell Bitcoin at a predetermined price. The analyst noted that the maximum pain, guys, this means where it would hit and take away the most people's money, okay? That is the max pain. The point for that for Bitcoin, for the options contract to expire worthless, would be at $97,000 Bitcoin. And Ethereum options have a put to call ratio of 0.62 with the maximum pain of $3,500. So the put to call ratio is not as bad as the 1.11 on Bitcoin, but still leaning a little more bearish on shorts, a little more short given than longs, right? So to put that into crypto trades, long, shorts, calls, puts, right? Max paying $3,500, but it looks like they're trying to take their money and go and walk away at the end of the day, not giving it over at the max pain level. At the time of writing, Bitcoin was at $98,000 after dropping 4.5%. So that delivery options guide, they expire today at the close of the futures market. So I just wanted to put that out there. That is the levels that we're watching. If we do get pullbacks, $97,000 Bitcoin, $3,500 Ethereum. But as of right now, it does look like ETH is making some moves to the upside. I do have an article on Ethereum while we're on this, and then we'll come back. Oh, see, I got an article on XRP. So if you can get the XRP chart ready, we'll go over this Ethereum article here and talk about this. Is Ethereum set to pull a Bitcoin 2021-like rally? Analyst shares a massive prediction on Ethereum as Bitcoin finally soars above the long-awaited $100,000 milestone. Ethereum attempts to break out of a key resistance zone. It's doing it right now. That's that $4,000 range that we were just talking about. Second largest crypto rally has fueled optimism about its targets, with some suggesting that it could mimic the Bitcoin 2020 to 2021 rally that we saw and do something similar in its price structure. Ethereum, the second largest cryptocurrency by market cap, has recorded 10% surge in the past week, moving from the $3,500 mark to the $3,900 resistance. We're breaking that now. On Wednesday, the king of altcoins surpassed that $3,800 level for the first time in 6 months. In the early hours of Thursday, ETH turned the key zone into support, briefly dipping to 3860 before jumping back to a recently reclaimed level. The cryptocurrency nears its high of $4,093 for the year. Sentiment around the token's short-term performance has turned extremely bullish. Looking at this, ETH retested key zone 5 times since 2021, facing rejection from the upper resistance of $3,950 on 4 occasions before. However, it broke past this level in late 2021 when it hit an all-time high and held above that for nearly 3 months. Similarly, the crypto analyst Gel stated that if Ethereum breaks above the March high, all bets are off, suggesting that chances of ETH taking a long consolidation period before a new all-time high like Bitcoin did is very low. They think that if it breaks that level of the March high, which is, again, $4,098 range, that the chances of it consolidating there is very low. And they're calling for ETH to rally towards $10,000 if it breaks that level. That is based on this chart pattern here. Gel also noted that the current setup mimicked Bitcoin in July 2020. Per the chart, Bitcoin broke through the multi-year downtrend line by mid-2020, followed by a massive 500% 10-month rally towards the $60,000 mark. So analysts noted that ETH breached the multi-year trend line today. So there you go. Ethereum set to make it to $10,000, guys. If you think that ETH is heading to 10K this cycle, drop a 1 in the chat. OC, would love to hear your thoughts on that before we jump into XRP. It does have a similar feel on its structure that it's breaking. So if it breaks this level, what do you think? Are we heading to $10,000 Ethereum this cycle? I would not be mad at it at all. But what are your thoughts?
Oh, I wouldn't either. I mean, and to be honest, yesterday I shared with you guys my targets, and that is 6K, right? At 6K, I will be taking some heavy profits, and then I might be thinking just to reallocate my profits somewhere else. So far, I don't want to get caught like in the previous cycle with Bitcoin. That, for example, I leave a little bit more on the table because I was waiting for a higher than 60K. I was waiting for 70, 80K, somewhere around there.
100,000. So, we've been waiting on 100,000 Bitcoin since 2021.
Yes. So, I mean, we all are learning here, right? We don't have crystal balls. Well, I have just one. I might be just missing the pair of it. But the thing is that we don't know the future. And yes, exactly. And that takes me to be a little bit more cautious here. So my target for this cycle is going to be 6K. That's what I'm going to be taking heavy profits, and then let the rest ride. If we had 10K, I might be take another 25% out, then that's it. I mean, I'm not gonna get rid of all of my Ethereum, as also I'm not gonna get rid of all of my Bitcoin. And then we'll just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. But what are your thoughts?
Rinse and repeat. I think that $10,000. Honestly, I think that might be a little low. I actually think that it heads up to 12. I think it shocks a lot of people when it hits 10,000, and then it just punches on through to 12K. Very similar to what we saw with Bitcoin. I talked about this in the Q&A on Wednesday. I said, guys, if we break this level of $100,000, which I think is going to happen today, and it did that night. I said, I think that it gets a lot of people where they start to short, and then it punches into 101, 102, and then people start to get into longs because they're starting to get closed out of their shorts. They revenge trade, and then all the FOMO people rush in also. They also go long, and then about 104, 105,000, we pull back and wreck all the people that now FOMO'd in at longs at the top. And that's what I think we're going to see with Ethereum too. I think we're going to see it hit that 10K mark. It's a psychological number. A lot of people start to short there. And then once that happens, it wrecks a lot of those shorts by continuing to pump, gets the FOMO to pull in, gets that emotional draw. And then that's when it starts to pull back and maybe wreck some of those longs also that came in afterwards. So that's why you should watch people that, talk about this stuff in their classes with their community. So OC
question that we have.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
He says, what's better, crystal or steel balls? I think we need to do a little poll here. I'm trying to figure that one out.
Okay, so I will tell you. I'm going to go ahead and we don't even need a poll, but I want you guys to tell me, one, if you think having a crystal ball is better, two, if you think steel balls are better, put it in the chat. But I'm going to tell you, crystal ball reminds me of someone that's trying to predict the future, and that means that they're trying to time the market tops and bottoms. Still balls means you have the cojones to buy when people are crying and screaming and run the opposite direction, coming out on top, right? That means you bought the extreme dip. Still balls every time. Holy balls, Alexander G said. Those are the best balls, is holy balls. OC, let's go ahead and jump over. Let's check out XRP, and we'll come back and talk about this article I got on XRP.
Absolutely. So XRP, guys, it is actually playing out as we were expecting, right? Maybe not as dramatic as we were talking about it, but we are now on the ranging cycle, right? Right here, we were waiting this symmetrical triangle to be playing out. We did saw this rejection, and also we were on the red cloud on the oscillator. So that is pretty great to see those analysis playing out, right? So I think this is the half of the structure, right? My opinion is I'd rather have one of each ball, right? One crystal, one steel ball. That way I can maybe try to predict stuff and then have the other one to resist it, right? So let's take a look at here. So we had a area of support here. This is actually coming from, if I'm not mistaken, also from, where is it? Where are you? There we go. From the predictive ranges. And also, I believe we were looking at the VPVR. For some reason, my VPVR might be a little bit too far away or something. I don't know. Let me see if I can bring it up quickly. If not, we just move on. All right, let's just move on. But right here, we can see the ranging area right at the blue line right here, right? Which is not a big deal. The thing is that, are we going to keep going downwards? I still believe that we might have one of those big bull wicks playing out at this area. Let me also show you that our reactors are all the way down here, despite I was looking them to be a little bit higher here because we were predicting it from all the way a little bit farther down the road. So what I'm going to be talking about this, it is, all right, I need to first have the ribbon breaking to the zero line. I'm not going to be expecting a flip of the ribbon at this point because it's a little bit too flattish for me, right? And yeah, I mean, what I want to avoid, it's something like this, but or something like that, right? This I think reflects it much better, right? Where we go up and then we reject, and because we were expecting maybe a pump, it just didn't. It just rejected and moved farther downwards here. So let's just bring up once again the predictive ranges in where do we have the order blocks. And as we can see, one of the most important lines of predictive ranges are all the way down here, high order blocking here. So I'm gonna be still looking at this area, and maybe as plan B, looking at the dynamic reactor coming in strong. But so far, for me, still looking bearish. I mean, not in the whole thing, right? This is bullish. This is bullish. But the actual movement that we are right now on, I think this is bearish-ish, if that makes sense. I'm just going to be turning back completely bullish once we pierce through the zero line to the upside.
And oddly enough, that is exactly what we're talking about here on this article. So there you go. XRP price marks $2.13 and $2.92 as the primary Fibonacci levels. What happens when wave 2 begins? And he's talking about ABC correction waves, guys. If you guys watch Lunar Beach's Crypto, he talks a lot about Elliott waves, structures, and corrective waves all the time. So you guys should absolutely check out Markets After Dark because he talks about this stuff. Technical analysis on the XRP price has revealed the creation of corrective waves in light of the recent correction since December 3rd. Particularly, XRP is now trading between crucial Fibonacci levels that could be correcting for a while longer. With the aid of these Fibonacci levels, Dark Defender, crypto analyst, shared his insights on X. He highlighted $2.13 and $2.92 as the ranges of pivotal price for XRP. So if you want to put $2.13 and $2.92 as two lines on your chart for XRP, it'll probably give you a little bit better picture on this, OC. XRP tests Fibonacci levels amid the market correction. It went down. It broke that 217 that it was originally. Notably, the support is also just above the 161.8%. That would be the 1.618. If you guys don't know, I talk about that level all the time. It's an extension of the golden pocket, phase 1 golden pocket. Fibonacci extension levels at $2.13, which is now that crucial critical point for XRP price on the bottom side. Okay. So, with this in mind, Dark Defender noted that $2.92 and $2.72 are the most important price levels to watch right now. We are about to see, according to this, a rebound. And let's check this out. He talks about an ABC wave correction. This is a daily chart that he's showing here, and you can see 3 waves there. One right there above OC's shoulders. The first one there, that is the ABC correction that we had before it pumped up, okay, on a wave. And then it did another ABC correction, and then it pumped up. And right now we're in that level between $2.13 and that top side of $2.92, just finishing out the A wave. B wave is about to come, and that will be another top there again before the C wave correction. And then we get another move up. So we should have in the weeks ahead or week ahead ish, another move to the upside, and then another little pullback that will then send us up for another leg on the wave. So there's the ABC wave correction that he's talking about, and he's talking about wave B just now getting ready to hit that right there. So speaking of the wave B, the analysis is based off of 3 corrective wave patterns. It comprises of 3 distinct phases, that wave A, B, and C, and it keeps playing out over and over again. Wave B reflects an upward move, and this corrective move model were to repeat itself, it would experience a climb to $2.92, corresponding with the 2.618, 261.8% Fibonacci extension before going downward for another retest support at 213. So a couple of setups there based on the daily high time frames and a little ABC correction with what OC was showing there. Let's pull over. Do you have that chart up right now?
Yeah, it's a little messy here, but yeah, these are the 2 lines that we were expecting, that we're talking about on the article. And what we got going on, it is, let me pull it up. Here we go. Very close to our most important, well, one of our most important lines in here. Let me also bring this one up, much better. There we go, between those areas of support and resistances. There we go. So I do see it playing out like that in that case. And by the way, that did not came to my attention till right now. I would not be looking at this maybe as a wave pattern, but as a Wyckoff pattern here, because we might be having the little range in here, the V-shaped recovery, the high equal but not higher than the little range. And if we have the next movement here, I think he might be onto something, right? I mean, at the end of it all, we are replicating this area right down here, which I also talked about it. Let me show you. There we go. I was talking about the little hump before, which we have usually that little hump, the higher move, and then what we have, the retracement, and then finally the breakout. In fact, we did that analysis right here compared to this one and to this one. So far, I think despite it is a complete different perspective, it is mostly everything pairing up in the same direction. So yeah, I do completely see that playing out. Still, I'm gonna be just waiting for my confluence ribbon breaking.
Yeah, absolutely. And XRP doing a repeating corrective wave, it doesn't always rhyme, but sometimes it does. It doesn't always repeat, but it rhymes. Something like that. Yeah. Shout out to Crypto Trades. You said when you asked to see OC to kind of see your charts, OC's a little messy girl, but true player right there. That's you. Shout out to Crypto Trades. ETH is continuing the pump right now, but are you seeing anything else? We got time for about 1, maybe 2 more altcoins here, OC, but are you seeing anything else moving with ETH right now that you want to pull up on your chart and take a look at?
Absolutely. I want to take a look at a couple of things that are moving, well, or that I believe that they could be moving. One of those, it is BNB, and that is because we have some new products being launched on the crypto space by Binance. Let me just reference that back really quick. Binance P2P launches 3. There we go. Let's just show it to you. Binance P2P launches 3 merchant programs higher. So I mean, let's just leave it as that. I'm not gonna jump into that news, but that's it got me looking into Binance. So what is Binance doing? Let's just take a look at the daily first. Oh, it's not looking that good, is it? I mean, we've been following they're ranging here, right? And we finally got the breakout. So it's not about the breakout, it's about your retest. This was our entry, and off we go. This one almost take us out, but also that was the second opportunity for the ones that missed the first rebound. So your second chance, and off we go. So far, what am I seeing here? Is it a bull flag? Kind of. Let's just take a look at the 4 hour now, right? I don't know. I would not be venturing to call it bull flag because this is a pretty Chernobyl looking bull flag, right? Pretty not cool. But still has it going on. I will rather see it as it maybe I don't know, as a symmetrical triangle. If I push it a little bit here, and what I want to start seeing, it is a flip of the ribbon. Still, we're not that far away from the basing here. Let me just pull up my support and resistances, and as we can see, we are into a big support. We're in this number 3 strongest daily support. That gives me a little bit more of hope for us to bounce from here and finally make a breakout. This is one of the ones that I'm going to be entering on the breakout. And let me show you my strategy here. Where's my long positions? There we go. I'm going to be waiting until the candle close on the breakout and setting my stop loss at the support resistance line, just slightly below it, and then aiming for just below that low, just for my TP number 1. This is going to be one of those because this could also be a short run for also a wide of range before we keep moving upwards. And this might not be playing out as a full breakout. So this is what I'm going to be looking for Binance. And another one that I'm looking at, if you may, it is Atom. Atom, I'm looking for continuation. Let me clear this up. I got a little bit too excited with Atom. Let me also pull up my support and resistances. And as you can see, we are right on a support. The same play. I'm expecting a flip of the ribbon, but in this case, this looks like an inverted goose head. So man, we could have a retracement, good entry zone right here, where my dynamic director must be or should be. That will be healthy, and then off we go. So if I see a movement like this, well, then I'm going to start waiting for breakout retest, entering here, or if I have a retracement, this is going to be my entering point. At this point, as you can see, I'm not looking for shorts. In my opinion, it's a little bit too risky to start catching this chop shorts because you could be looking at something like that and then trying to short it might result on a higher loss than just waiting for your long opportunity. But that's what I got, Piper. Let me turn it back to you.
Yeah, and a lot of times you will see all of those oscillators get a reset off of a sideways move and not a dump. And you don't want to be sitting in the trade watching it go sideways like a stable coin. So you want that volatility. So yeah, longs right now might be the way to go. Let's jump over here and take a look at Ethereum and wrapping us up, guys. Ethereum right now pushing on that $4,000, $4,000 to $25 range on the 0.66. It is pushing into also a liquidity zone. But I do have very similar to my Bitcoin chart, my long range Bitcoin chart. I do have one with the entire history of Ethereum here, also doing Fibonacci channels, and it did the same thing, guys, as the Bitcoin did on the long range chart. It always retests in the bear cycle on the golden pocket. Then we come back up, and I did the pull from the high of last cycle on fibs down to the candle close of the low. So those are just candle closes that I pull these on. This is the same thing that I did on my Bitcoin chart, guys. This one here, same thing. Okay. On this Ethereum chart, what I'm seeing right now, this is a weekly candles, just so you guys are tracking. But we are breaking outside of the platinum pocket right now. You can see we had a lot of rejection here on the golden pocket. It tested it as support, came up, rejected on the platinum pocket, came down to the 50. I always tell you, when you bounce off the 50 to the upside, coming down to retest it, it's a very bullish move. That was your entry on the 50 there. We had a little bit of a fight here, a lot of fight for months on that golden pocket. We now have broken through that, punched through, got a bounce there on the 200-day moving average, and now we are heading upwards outside of the platinum pocket. This is very bullish in my opinion right now, and with the levels that I'm watching on this, Let me get rid of that. You can see the levels that I'm watching on this because we did come down and try to lose. The bears tried to take this out of the platinum pocket. It closed a candle above the 786, breaking this 887. I have to assume that we're going to head up to the diagonal Fibonacci on this channel here. That diagonal Fibonacci level is coming in. That's the 236. And that one is currently coming in on this weekly candle right now at about $4,352. That would be a recap of these previous areas for liquidity. But I really think that we, at that point, want to go up and break the one-to-one to go higher. And once we do that, grab the liquidity from this area, prove the one-to-one now as no longer resistance, come back and retest that line along with the 236 as support for upside movement there again. And if you guys take a look at this, my call on Ethereum prediction was based on this this line that I drew, which is about 50% from the one-to-one to the 236 there. Guys, that line coming in around the end of 2025 is $10,000. If we were to get into that $10,000 range, even sooner in like Q1, where I think actually we start to see market tops. Guys, we could see that $12,000 easily hit as one last final push there. So that's what I wanted to break off there and show you guys on Ethereum right now. Little wrap up there on my long-term chart. Ethereum looking very strong right now, taking the 887 though, and breaking that level. We are sitting above $4,000 right now on Ethereum. So shout out to all the Ethereum people out there, all the Ethereans. OC, it's time to head out of here, bro. We got to head over to Randy Hipper's house and go drop some graduation caps at the Fry House Moms party. It's Friday, guys. So we appreciate you all being here. Username, if you're watching right now, I'm sorry. Still no puppies trading crypto on the weekends video for you, but we will be back here next week, Sunday night. We start Sunday night with Mad Markets After Dark, Lunar Beaches Crypto at the Asian Open on Sunday, and then we'll be starting it all back over again. 5 shows daily here, Monday through Thursday, starting with BC Port Corp in the morning. Good morning, crypto. The morning market report right here that you're watching, and then we have Trade Academy with Trade Intuition at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Crypto Nightcap at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, guys. New time zone for them. They moved it half an hour earlier at 8 p.m. And then at night, guys, 11 p.m. I should say, Eastern Standard Time. Markets After Dark at the Asian Open. So lots of content here on the Piper Academy Network. We appreciate you all. OC, thanks for joining me today, man. I know I'm going to steal your thunder here. But guys, if you got anything out of today's content, smash that like button. Share it with a friend because sharing is caring. We are trying to grow here, and we are doing it through the power of the alumni. So I appreciate you all. We will catch you guys next week. Trade safe this weekend. And if you're going to trade, guys, use a stop loss. We'll catch you guys next week. Have a great weekend, everyone. Touch grass. I love you all. I'll see you guys later.
I don't know what they keep telling me. I don't know what they keep telling me. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling after the wheels fall low. I know you hungry for knowledge, that's profit appetite. Classes in session, this for the Army Piper acolytes. Trade flag at the soul, train ready. What a line from OC Guy, form a Mexican spaghetti. Yo, crunch crypto with a deep dive to reject dime. And if you like the visual powered by Chart Prime, then you will part of that alumni, that's all spine. But if you have step, fall back to offline. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling after the wheels fall low. Sound off.
To get with them, the ZTS rhythm. Alexandra.
Yeah, that's my alumni, you know what I mean?
That was awesome, dude.